Reality.
Can't wait.
ITV and ITVX.
The Capital Breakfast hosts Sian Welby, Jordan North and Chris Stark are joining us now for all the backstage gossip. I mean, it is amazing that you've got that collection of people together for a weekend.
Well, we always joke, it's hard enough getting 10 of your own mates together as an adult, let alone getting the biggest pop stars who are international and doing their own tours.
Yeah.
I always think it is a miracle. I don't know how our team does it. They are incredible. To get those people free on the same weekend. And
although I think if I was offering my mates the sort of money they're probably getting to come on a weekend, they'd find time to get there.
Maybe
as well.
you're right.
So there's a little bit of that, maybe. A little bit.
Did we get paid for it?
I never really know how it all works.
Fees.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was my first one. It was just amazing to see.
But that's it. Interestingly, all three of you said, oh, we haven't seen it yet. It does look incredible. So you're on the stage, you're there, you're part of it, you're backstage. What's it like, though, Jordan, being there in front of that sort of scale of audience and also the stars that you've got?
It's so nerve-wracking.
Is it?
I have never been so nervous. I was nervous on the Friday night, and then on the Saturday when we had to do the radio show in the morning, so that kind of kept me busy. And then it gets to the afternoon, and it's just manic. And it's like something from a film. You're just behind this, you're like dodging stuff behind stage because there's loads of sound men bringing equipment on, and you're just so nervous and pent up until you get on stage, and then you hear 20,000 people screaming.
But that was the thing, that picture there where we have to explain what you're doing because it could look a little bit wrong.
It's actually really strange seeing how it works. So we're on this board.
It's called a toaster, right?
Yeah, like the platform, because it pops you up.
There you go, there.
Yes, there we are.
But you see, they tell you to kind of squat so no one can see you, and then you raise up and it looks amazing. But unless you've been in the... I don't go to the gym enough. These guys are great at it. I'm there going, my knees are about to go, my knees are about to go.
You look like you are terrified and in pain.
Hold on, I'm not giving you any sympathy at all. She did it in heels.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Take something else.
I think it's easy to squat with a bit of a heel on that.
Oh, no.
Just so you know, if you get in the gym, just lift your heel up and stuff, and you get that. So, Chris, you had flats, it's much harder.
I agree, yeah.
So let's talk about the performances then, Sian. Who should we be looking out for?
Well, there'll be classics that you sort of know and recognise from Katy Perry, who, you cannot believe that she's not aged a day.
No.
So it's like watching her in her heyday. If you missed her in her 20s, it feels like we've gone back in time and given you that chance. She was doing acrobats on that stage. At one point, she's hoisted in the air, she gets pushed backwards and lands in the splits.
Yeah, what?
We were just mind-blown, weren't we? But then there were people that you might not be as familiar with, like Teddy Swims, who you guys have interviewed
when he came on.
When we had him in here.
Yeah.
His performance and the quality of sound, and then the band backed up behind him and the guitar solos and just everything.
Yeah, and you've got to do a big mention as well to Tom Grennan. He did both nights, and he just brings it every time he does any of these performances. He was just brilliant.
He was incredible. So he did night one, and he was back strong for night two, and it's just insane how you can give that energy across two nights. And it'd be that good.
There's a real moment as well with Joel Corry. Don't forget.
Oh, the Joel Corry moment. No one saw it coming.
It's so basically he took his top off and then out of nowhere just whips out a flamethrower cap. Look at this. Watch. Look at this. And this is being memed all over Twitter and Instagram, and he just decided.
It was like the Terminator.
Ben, are you breaking up for Christmas today, did you say? This is going to be you
that's
tonight.
That's me next, with the flamethrower. So where'd you get one of them?
I know.
Lizzie didn't recommend one of those in the gift-buying section.
I said backstage to my boss, I was like, can we have one of them next year? And he looked at me and went, well, your hairspray. Absolutely not. No chance.
You're not to be trusted with anything like that.
Yeah.
You got a bit starstruck at one stage, didn't you, Jordan?
Yeah, with Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Why?
Because I've been a big fan of Coldplay for years, and I've been on the radio for years, but I've never actually interviewed him. And I interviewed him for the first time, and it wasn't great. I'm not going to.
It wasn't great.
He's not the easiest person to interview. Not in a malicious way.
No, he can be a bit shy.
He's very shy. He doesn't really like doing many interviews, and at the end. I thought, that's going to need a really good edit. That's what we say in telly.
I mean, we're not blaming the interviewer here,
No.
Yeah, a bad tradesman never blames his tools. It's a good one. But at the end, he went, that was quite a good I'm not going to do an impression.
Don't do an impression. Don't insult him now.
That was quite... He went, that was
quite... Kermit the Frog.
Yeah,
actually,
like Pluto or Mickey Mouse.
That was a really good interview. And I went, oh, really? He went, yeah, I know, I'm terrible at interviews. So he admitted it. And then he gave me a badge
Oh, and what did
that
it
one?
say?
Oh, yeah, I've just randomly got it on. He took a badge.
Casual.
He took a badge off his shirt and just
And gave it to you.
It's like getting the Blue Peter badge from Chris Martin, isn't it? It's
yeah.
like one of those.
Approval.
Yeah, approved.
But talking of awkward interviews, Chris, haven't you done a couple of awkward interviews?
No, I mean, haven't we all?
Haven't we all?
Isn't it
Yes.
the joy of our job?
Chris is probably the most famous one of the three of us.
Yeah. Have you ever seen this, Kat? I don't know if you.
I
you're across
haven't, but
this.
apparently
Your
we,
adventures with Mila Kunis.
Oh, we're talking about this, aren't we?
Yes.
We're going to show it.
Yeah, we have it.
Oh, wow.
Let's
This
have a
was.
look.
Wow. Yes, this was a moment in
petrified,
time.
but shall we?
So far, you're doing a great job.
Really?
No, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, good. Yeah, I've never done this before, so in the nicest possible way, did you enjoy being ugly for once? Because generally, like, you know, you're hot. It's
Oh, my thanks.
so it's being a witch, and now it was a little bit different.
Yeah, why not?
You know what's brilliant about it? If Richard Curtis wrote a screenplay and it was bumbling presenter, that would be it.
Thank you so much.
You were leading a Richard Curtis movie.
Couldn't write
sure
that
he's
better.
watching.
But it's a rite of passage, isn't it?
Of
That was your first
course.
ever one of those?
I'm convinced that actually doing that, and actually what it really taught me was it is okay to be yourself. And yes,
Yes,
look, I'm bumbling my way through that, but it was something a little bit different, and it was probably best that I don't try and be the presenters that I aspired to be and work with, and I'm really happy that happened. And I've got to say, she never did end up coming to a Watford game. I did invite her. So
Weird,
if you are
isn't it?
watching Mila
I'm
Kunis,
glad you
then
cleared that
the
up.
There's still a
invite
ticket for her.
is
There's still a
obviously
ticket for her.
we'd love you at the Vic.
Oh, my God.
Guys, thank you so much for popping in. You've had a very early start
Lovely
as well.
to see you.
Anytime.
Thank
Lovely
Great
being
to
on.
see you guys.
Thank you.
I'm going to get you some more sausages and...
Oh, yes.
And some buddies enjoying, certainly, Chris. Look,
I love
you've done a
Buddy.
great job.
Yeah,
You can watch Capital's Jingle Bell Ball with Barclaycard this Sunday. It's on 5:35 on ITV1 and ITV. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.